Hello, Eagle Nation. It's your elementary principal, Mr. Meyer, back with another episode of Walking the Halls with the Principal. Today, we're going to meet a special guest who helps support our kindergarten students. Let's find out who this is. Well, look, it's Mrs. Pedersen, Miss Amy Pedersen, who is a paraprofessional here in the kindergarten classroom. Hi, Annie.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Would you like to go walk the halls with the principal
Sure.
today? Awesome. Wonderful. So, this is the classroom that you are working in this year. Is that correct?
Yes,
the kindergarten
it is.
classroom. And how's that going so far?
It's really good. It's been kind of hectic, but that's how it's going to be with any kids this age.
Absolutely. Kindergartners have all the energy in the world, don't they?
Oh, yes.
They keep you going?
Yes.
Have you finally got into the swing of things in terms of, for me, when I start the school year, I'm always a little more tired in this September, October, and then finally by
Yes.
now I'm finally into the swing.
Yes, it's definitely, before I would sleep until probably like noon, so coming here right at 7:30 was rough.
Getting you back into the swing.
Yes.
All right, well, welcome to Weston officially, but you're not new to Weston. You want to tell us about your journey to Weston and the history, the connection to Weston for you?
Yes, so I graduated in 2018 from Weston, and before that, my mom, and both of my uncles, who are 60 and 54, and my mom is 52, they all went to Weston here.
Oh, wow.
And my grandpa was the school board member here. He was the superintendent for quite a while.
Okay, and what was his name?
John Waslick.
Okay, oh, wonderful.
Whenever I was in school, I would hear, if I was being naughty or disruptive, I'm gonna call John Waslick.
You were never naughty or disruptive,
Oh, I
were you?
tried not to.
Okay.
But then I graduated here, and I just wanted to come back and do my part at Weston.
Well, thank you so much. It's fantastic that you're here, and it's even, I think, more exciting that you have that strong connection to Weston for our kids. Absolutely. All right. Well, so this is your first year, and do you want to tell the people who you're working with, which teacher you're working with?
Yes, since I'm in the kindergarten room, I'm working with Christina Jennings.
Okay. Who's also in her first year as the kindergarten teacher this year, so you guys are sort of in it together this year. Absolutely.
Yep, and I knew her before school. I'm very good friends with her brother and her one of her relatives. Like, I'm very good friends, so I've known her for a long time.
Yeah, well, that's great. So we play a game called Three Things. Would you like to play?
Yeah.
All right. So when you think of Weston, can you think of one person, one place, or one thing that comes to mind? What would those three things be?
The place that I think of is back when I was in school, my favorite teacher and my favorite subject was math. So the first place that I think of is Mr. Lindholm's room.
All right, shout out to Mr. Lindholm.
And a person that I think of was John Klang. He was very close with my grandpa and close to our family, and he's just someone that always I kind of looked up to, even though I was in first grade when everything had happened, so I was kind of young still.
Sure.
But and then the thing, yes.
Yeah.
The thing is, I see Weston as a confident place, as a goodness, I'm lost of words. I had it before.
That's all right. We can come back to that. if
Yeah,
you'd like.
maybe come
All
back.
right, we'll come back. You're doing a great job. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your person, Mr. Klang? Because, that was some years ago now. You said you were in first grade. What was one quality that you remember about Mr. Klang?
I remember I believe it was almost every week I would see him in the classroom that I was in.
Mm-hmm.
If not every week, every other week, he would come in and talk to all of the kids, see all of the kids. And that was really up until this year with you, I really don't remember that in elementary or middle school or high school that a principal would come in and talk and just sit down and ask you how your day is going and what you're doing.
Spent time, was present.
Yep.
Was impactful in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Well, thank you for that. That's amazing. All right. Did you think about that one thing? That one thing. I think I remember you saying something about confidence.
Yes.
Was it confidence?
Yes, that is what I was trying to spit out before.
Okay.
And just coming back to Weston, it made me a lot more confident on just what I had learned while I was here. It's not really something that you think about, but then when you go on outside of Weston and go out into the real world, you realize how much you learn here and how it just makes you more confident.
Yeah. Well,
stepping into a new place.
Yeah, and I haven't known you for that long, but I can see that confidence building each time I see you working with our students. So thank you for all the things that you're doing, because without our paraprofessionals, it would be very difficult for our teachers to do what they do. So thank you so much. Now, you talk a little bit about your connection to Weston. What's your commute like? Are you pretty close to us here?
Yes.
All right, tell us about that.
I'm only 3 miles away.
Okay.
If all of the kids were outside yelling at once, I probably could hear it from my house.
And is that on a farm? Is that
Yes.
Okay. Do you farm?
We used to when I was a kid. Ever since my mom and I had moved to the farm, my grandpa stopped farming. Just because he was getting older too, and he just couldn't do it as much.
Okay.
But I currently live there by myself right now.
Okay.
And it's nothing too exciting. It's just kind of a run-down old farm.
Well, it's nice though that you're there to kind of keep it, caretake for it, and
Yep.
keep it, as you remember it. So, is there anything else that you wanted to share with us so that we could get to know you, Mrs. Pedersen, Miss Pedersen?
Not too much. My life's pretty dull and boring,
Oh,
honestly.
no. That's because you're here all the time helping our kids, and that is not dull and boring. That is the great work that we do here today. All right, well, thank you for sharing a little information about you, and it was really helpful for us to get to know you, Annie. And we're going to end our video with Soar Eagle Soar and
Eagle Pride.